I received a Samsung foldable phone sent by a fan. They described that the phone was broken after being dropped some time ago. I recently visited the after-sales service and paid 3,700 yuan for a screen replacement. However, after using it for a month, the phone suddenly lost signal. A friend said that restoring factory settings would fix it. But after restoring, it couldn't be activated. After going for post-sales testing, they said the motherboard was broken. Replacing the motherboard will cost more than 4,900 yuan. Hearing this price, I almost fainted. We inserted a SIM card for testing and found that the phone had a card reading issue. If a Samsung phone cannot read the card, it cannot be activated. In its current state, this is just a brick worth 10,000 yuan. We'll inspect the motherboard to identify the issue necessitating its replacement. This Samsung folding screen phone has a very compact motherboard. It adopts a dual-layer motherboard design. We can see that the motherboard has already deformed. If the phone cannot read the card, we need to check the SIM card slot for abnormalities. We use a multimeter to measure the resistance of the SIM card slot. When testing the 6th corner of the SIM card, we found it is showing OL, meaning infinite resistance. Under normal circumstances, this corner position should be organized. At this point, let's carefully observe under the microscope. We found that the soldering point between the SIM card slot and the motherboard has been fractured. Could the wires under the card slot be broken from the fall? Is this what caused the disorganization of the 6th pin? Remove the metal cover of the SIM card slot. Find the soldering point between the SIM card tray and the motherboard for testing. Still no organization. This is a bit troublesome. This model of phone does not have a schematic. We found a schematic diagram of a Xiaomi phone on the same platform to examine. We found that there is no SIM card slot. The 6th pin is the power supply voltage for the card, provided by the NFC chip. There is also a resistor connected in series in the middle. We measured this resistor and found that it is missing on Samsung phones. Furthermore, it is connected to the card slot, proving that the breakage did not occur here. We then observed the motherboard again. We found that the NFC chip is designed to be located on the upper layer of the motherboard. The SIM card slot is designed on the lower layer of the motherboard. A heavy fall likely caused solder joints on the motherboard layers to loosen. This is also a common problem with dual-layer motherboard designs. However, this motherboard has clearly deformed. It would be too risky to separate the layers of the motherboard. Upon inspection, we found that this NFC chip is the same model as the one in the Samsung S8. Therefore, their pin positions and functions are the same. So we found a Samsung S8 motherboard to measure and locate the SIM card slot. SIM card slot found. The 6th pin is connected to the 4th pin from the right to left underneath the NFC chip. So we will remove the NFC chip from the foldable screen motherboard. Fly a copper wire from the position of the resistor with no resistance. Weld the other end to the 4th corner of the NFC chip. Then fix the copper wire with green oil. Replant the NFC chip. Install it back to the motherboard. Alright, let's measure the SIM card slot again. The 6th corner organization is already normal. We will continue to weld the iron cover of the SIM card slot back. Alright, let's put the motherboard back into the casing. Insert the SIM card. After turning on the phone, you can see that the signal is already available, indicating that the phone has recognized the SIM card. Let's continue to activate the phone. Testing the call function is also normal. Let's remove the motherboard again and fix the newly soldered copper wire along the edge of the motherboard with filter oil. Cut off the excess parts, resolder, and fix it with green oil again. The wiring is very perfect. We continue to stick the waterproof foam back onto the motherboard. Install all the accessories back. Finally, test all the functions again. Only using a copper wire saved this 5,000 yuan motherboard. So, how much should I charge for this repair fee?